If you're an entrepreneur, creator working on your book or trying to come up with ideas and ways to get the word out, this video is for you. Hi, my name is Rodney Washington, book creation coach and monetization strategist, and I help coaches, consultants, and creators take their knowledge and expertise and package them into a best-selling book brand that positions them as an authority in the marketplace so that they can sell more of their products and services easier with less resistance from prospective clients and customers. Now, if you've been following me as a part of this series, then you know that I have been creating a video around each of the different strategies that's featured inside of my bestseller blueprint digital planner, 10 proven ways, 10 proven strategies to get more eyeballs and sales on your book. Now, in this video today, I'm going to talk about one of my favorite marketing strategies, which is collab with local businesses. There is in the online space, or now because of social media, I should say, that there is much stronger tendency to want to do everything online. While online is wonderful, online is clearly a part of how we communicate, but I personally have seen the results for myself and for so many of my clients and members and students as far as getting themselves out there, getting more eyeballs on their work, getting more direct sales happen faster, by far happen faster and more consistently with offline strategies, not as opposed to online, but in addition to online. Okay. At the time I'm recording this, one of my student members of my society program just had her first live event for her new book that she just released and subsequent program that she also just released. She just had it about 24 hours ago, did a beautiful job, sold out of every single book that she had, and started taking orders for additional copies to be ordered after the event is over. It took her up to a year to get her book literally done from conception to now, but in one afternoon she sold out. I've had another student of mine that did the same thing. She brought out 50 copies of her book to a live event. She sold out 30 of the books within the first couple of hours of the event. So I wanted to make sure that I talk about this because I feel like this is something in the prone tendency to want to focus everything online. Don't sleep on opportunities to get yourself in front of real life people with your books. And one of the fastest ways to do that is to collab with local businesses in your local area. You know, again, there are so many brick and mortar businesses that are looking for ways, especially nowadays, looking for ways to bring foot traffic into their shop, into their store, into their whatever it is. They're always looking for ways to do that. Similar to what I talked about in strategy number 5, where I talked about reaching out to Facebook group owners and seeing how you can collab with them. This is the same principle that you do with offline businesses. So, what you're looking for is opportunities to create some kind of an event that would help that business owner bring in foot traffic into the store or into their shop, whatever it is, that they're offering. It could be a coffee shop, it could be a restaurant. It doesn't have to be a shop like a retail shop. But if you can bring foot traffic into the door and what you sell in your book and your subject matter ties to the theme or the interest or the clientele of the store, this could be a collaboration opportunity that is a win-win for both. You, as the author creator, the authorpreneur creator, you want to find what that opportunity is. You want to study the business or study the place where you're going to be doing this, event, presentation, whatever you want to call it. And you want to look for the opportunity that you could present to the coordinator, the owner, whomever the person is that's making the decision. You want to approach them with the idea. You don't want to walk in and just say, I have a book and I want to do an event here. Do you do that? You want to actually study the person that you want to collab with, like with the Facebook group owner, and find out where the opportunity is that you can create to help that person look better to their customers and provide service for them. Alrighty. So again, this could be a shop, it could be a coffee shop, it could be a restaurant, it could be a church, it could be a library, it can be a community center. There's opportunities all around you. You just have to go and scope them out, look for the connection, look for the opportunity, and then approach them in a way that is a win-win for them. Now, I'm just going to use coloring books in this example. I'm going to say something like this. Let's say, for example, you have your book, whatever the subject matter is. Let's just say it's a coloring book, and there's a local coffee shop that's really popular, has really great food, really great ambiance, really great service, but they've been having some slow periods where they're not getting as much foot traffic as they like. You could approach them, that shop owner, about having a color and sip. Sip doesn't have to mean wine. It can mean coffee, cocoa, tea, whatever, but you can have a color and sip event. So people come in, they, they buy a ticket, which includes a copy of the book. Maybe you put in some coloring pencils or some other, accessories that would accompany the book. People can come in. It could include a drink and a pastry. So you would charge a ticket price, and automatically that store owner is going to know that they're going to be selling coffee and pastries or tea and pastries or whatever they're selling. So you charge a ticket price that includes their drink, their eating, their meal item, your book, and your accessories. And then they come in, they hang out, you all color together, and they get introduced to the shop. Maybe they haven't been in there before. It's a new place they can start coming in and checking out. You sold copies of your book. You can also sell additional copies of your book while you're there or other support related services. So that's one easy type of collaboration that you could pull together. Okay. Now, I would probably stick with maybe local in this case, maybe local businesses, not necessarily corporate chains, maybe like a Starbucks. I don't know. You may have to go through more red tape to get that together, but a local neighborhood type shop would probably be a better fit for that particular kind of collaboration. One of my publishing clients did a beautiful book around tea, for an example. It was a beautiful book, a series of books that she's done. And it's all, again, it's coloring pages, it's journal pages. I think it's word search pages in there. I can't remember. Um, but there are recipes in the book all around the different things that she knows how to make based on her passion and love for tea. When she approached me about wanting to hire me to help her develop this book, I was immediately excited about it because I saw two immediate opportunities for in-person collaboration opportunities. The first one that I saw was to go and approach hotels in the area, or it could be restaurants, but I'm going to say hotels because I used to work in the hotel hospitality industry for 17 years. And those type of higher end places offer, some of them, not all of them do, but some of them offer a high tea service as a part of their menu offering. It's like a thing. So I said to her, I says, when you get your book done, what you should consider doing is going to the hotel, see if you can speak with the sales manager or the public relations director or whomever it is, because those people are always looking for new opportunities to bring foot traffic into the establishment. So you could maybe arrange to see if a high tea service could be centered around your book and around you as the author of the book. And perhaps the chef of the establishment can maybe experiment with some of the recipes from her book based on the things she has in her book based around tea. Unfortunately, she didn't actually take action on the idea, but I thought that was a really great idea in which to collab. Again, what is the goal of the business? If it's a retail space, they want foot traffic. They want people setting in their place or coming in there to shop. They're looking for unique, fun, engaging experiences. You, as the author creator, that's why I always identify you listening as author creators. You're not just writing a book or you're not just creating a book. You are actually creating an experience around your book. So you, again, approach this particular business owner and pitch that idea to them. I couldn't see where they wouldn't be interested in something like that, especially places that offer a higher ticket level of service. Now, not only is that a good income stream for you or her in this case as the author creator, but I could see that potentially being an ongoing thing that they may bring her in for at other opportunities. Obviously, more copies of the books could get sold. The book may end up in their gift shop. They may add those recipes onto the menu, which could potentially offer licensing opportunities to use those recipes. I mean, you see where I'm going with this. There's a lot of opportunity here, but you got to be able to think creatively to be able to find those opportunities and think them out. So when you approach someone, they see the potential in it because you're coming in as the visionary and they can see where I can create a great experience for my customers. That's all anybody wants, whether they're running a Facebook group or an Instagram or whatever group. All they want is to create a better experience for their viewers, followers, customers, because the more they do that, the more people are going to come back and check them out. So you're partnering with them to be able to create that. Now, inside of my bestseller blueprint digital planner here, I have a link to a collaboration script that I give you to help you flesh out what that initial pitch idea can be that you can send to businesses if you want to do it by email, for an example, or yeah, I'll say email. If you want to send it out by email to pitch places on possibly having you come in. This also can work with you for online collaboration opportunities as well. So I give you a script on how to actually how to do that first touch point opportunity. If it's a brick and mortar business that's someplace you can physically walk into, I recommend actually over sending them an email. I actually recommend you just walk into the business. I actually don't know necessarily unless there's a protocol for that. I wouldn't necessarily spend a lot of time sending emails back and forth because you can just walk into the shop. You can just walk into the restaurant and just talk to the owner and pitch them. Every opportunity I've ever gotten working with brick and mortar businesses, it's always been because I just got the hooks up to walk in the door and ask if I could have a conversation about it. And almost every time I did it, they always said yes, because I was thinking about how I could support that owner to do the one thing that I knew they wanted more than anything is they wanted to get current customers to come in and new ones to learn about the place and come in. So as you're going about your day, look at the subject of your book, see where you can align it with your local community. What could be the opportunity here? All righty. And again, if it's a local business, walk in there, scope it out, get a feel for it, see if it's a place that you actually would like to collab with, check out some ideas, and then ask to speak with the owner, the manager, whatever, and just pitch them right there on the spot. It can happen just that fast, but you got to be willing to do it. All righty. Now, again, I give you inside of the blueprint planner, digital planner, I give you a collaboration script that you can use to help you write those initial idea pitches for your online related opportunities as well. Now, I want to talk about that planner for a little bit and what you get moving forward. Now, if you've been watching other videos in the series, you've heard me talk about the digital blueprint, bestseller blueprint. And in that, I give you 10 plus ideas on how to get the word out about your book so you can get more eyeballs and sales. Again, collaborations with business owners is one of the ways to do that. Inside of the planner, you also would get a monthly sheet for planning your sales. So what's the month? What are you selling? What's going to be the theme? Maybe you do a promotion around your birthday, or maybe you do a promotion around an idea or a revelation that you had, or maybe you center it around a testimonial you got from a buyer, whatever. But those are just some jump starter ideas for your planner. And then of course what your call to action is. The next thing you get inside the planner is you get your social media content calendar. So a planner. So you can decide what you're going to focus on, what's the subject, the theme, and what day you're going to do that particular post on. And then you also get an undated calendar. So no matter when you get the digital planner, it can be applicable any time of the year you get it because everything is undated. And you get it for all 12 months of the year. So you get the sales planner page, the social media content calendar, and a blank monthly calendar for all 12 months of the year. In addition to this, you are also going to get access to my Profitable Pages 3-day roadmap training that I did on how to create your first 1K, creating coloring books, planners, journals, and now nonfiction books. Now, I'm going to go over really quickly what you're going to get inside of that program. You're going to get access to my Unleashing Your Inner Creator. A lot of what I talked about today is a lot of what I talk about in this first module. I want you to get your thinking cap on to start thinking out of the box, thinking more creatively. A lot of us, our efforts stop at the book is published on Amazon, and that's all I have to do. And then you're wondering why no one's buying it because no one knows it's there unless you tell them and tell them and tell them and tell them. So, what I want to encourage you to do, and what this video training is about here in Module 1, is about tapping into that inner creator inside of you. And that starts with you upgrading your identity as an author creator, not just someone that just puts some pages together in a file and upload it to Amazon and now it's available for sale. You got to be able to think outside the box and come up with these so these inspirations come to you that you can then use to get yourself out there. So one of the things I give you is an exercise called the Power of Three and the Identity Statement Workbook. And that's the first core module on day 1. Day 2, I go into monetization mastery. These are all the different ways you can monetize around your book. You can create a course around your book. You can create a workshop around your book. You can do a short fixed term series around your book. You can, again, go into brick and mortar businesses and maybe offer programs, classes. You can create spin-off products around your book, everything from card decks all the way down to t-shirts and caps and coffee mugs or whatever you want to do around that. You can offer consulting. You can offer, or you can become a YouTube influencer. All of those are monetization opportunities for creative book authors. In addition, you get my 3-day design your publish and profit plan. So this is a plan that I help you design that helps you come up with how to develop your first 1K based on your book and or related services or programs you create around the book. In addition, I bonus you my 36 short form video ideas that you can use with social media to get more eyeballs on your content with social media. You're also going to get my Facebook ads workshop training. I talked about that in the previous video. That's inside if you're looking at this on the playlist, you should see that there. I talk a little bit about that, but I also have a full training, a 2-day training about that whole process about using Facebook ads. I also have a training about how to get booked on podcast. I talk about how to pitch yourself to podcast. I talk about how to come up with, again, what I'm talking about with podcasts is the same concept. Who is the show? What do they want? How can you make them good to their audience? What is the topic that you're going to craft that's going to make it an easy yes for them to want to book you on the show? I cover that in the podcast, getting yourself booked on podcast training. I even have a podcast readiness checklist. So you make sure you have all the things that you need to be able to move forward with being able to approach podcasts to be on their show. And you might even decide you want to create your own podcast. I've created 4 podcasts over my career. And so I could talk to you about that if that's something that you're interested in. I also give you a 30-day promo planner GPT. I'm going to hop over to the actual page where you get this. If you decide to invest in the bestseller upgrade, that you get the digital planner and all of this training, you go to this hashtag or these hash marks up here, you see where you get direct access to each of the individual lessons that are available in this training. So everything I talked about is all right here. If you want to look at the whole thing around Facebook, the short form Video ideas, Facebook ads parts one and two. If you want to look at the podcast training, that's available right here. Getting booked on podcasts, all of that training is here. This is a live training. You also get access to you see me actually in real time actually research shows for my students, help them find shows that they can potentially pitch themselves to. So you get access to that training, parts one and two. These are around 20 minutes each. Here's a link to that readiness checklist that I talked about a moment ago to make sure that you're ready to get booked on the show. I even give you a spreadsheet that you can list all the shows that you've pitched, the name of the show, the link, the owner's name of the show, if the show is actually a good candidate for you to potentially pitch to, when you last pitched them, did you get a response from them, and your follow-up series. I give you a spreadsheet on how to document all of that. Now, this one here I want to talk about for a moment, the automated 30-day promo plan. This is a GPT that I designed that asks you a series of 4 questions, and it gives you a plan, a 30-day plan for marketing and promoting your book and book-related projects. Once you've gotten those initial answers, you can still go into that GPT and ask it more questions. So once you've gotten that 30-day promo plan back, you could say, hey, I'm thinking about, or I want to approach such and such. I'm looking for collaboration opportunities. Um, this is what my book is about. Obviously, it's going to know that at that point based on the question that you've already asked or answered. And it's going to give you, you're going to put in some information around that, and it's going to possibly give you a list of ideas of potential collab relation opportunities that you can create and potentially who you can approach to help you move the needle on that to make those opportunities happen faster. But if you should get stuck or need additional support, for a very limited time, at the time I'm recording this, I'm offering a 60-minute implementation strategy session. This is going to be a one-on-one call with me on Zoom where I'm going to take a look at your whatever you choose. It can be have me look at your ads. It can have me look at your pitch for collab opportunities. It could be to help you flesh out what the GPT gave you and give you maybe some different angles or different ideas for how to approach businesses. It could be around looking at your scripts. It could be looking at your ideas. Whatever it is that you choose to focus on within that 60-minute time frame, we talk about it on that implementation strategy session. Because I don't want you to get this. I don't want you to invest in this and just have it as another document that's on your hard drive collecting digital dust. Or access to this program, and then you don't do anything with it. So I added on this implementation strategy session because I want you to take what you're learning and I want you to actually use it and put it into action because it's the only way you're going to achieve the goals that you want with the book that you've spent so much time creating or the one that you're working on. So I want to really emphasize something here. This program I'm selling, it's going to be sold for $497. Right now, at the time you're watching this, you can get the digital planner, you get this whole planner here, access to it, the month-to-month sales planner, social media calendar, access to all this training for just $97, and that includes the 1 hour strategy call. I have already been told that I'm undercharging for this, and I know I am. But it's important to me as I launch this that I get this into the right people's hands. I am raising the price on this. This is going to go up to $497 or more for sure because it's worth that amount. It is worth that amount. And either some of these modules in this program may get taken away. Like I could take away the podcast training, I could take away the ads training, still raise the price. I could change the implementation strategy call. So if this speaks to you at all, I cannot recommend enough that you take advantage of this opportunity to get all of this for just $97. This is where I'm going to land the plane on this. There is no point in you spending time creating a book, going through all of that work and effort to do all of that, excuse me, to only have it languishing on Amazon, no one knowing anything about it, and you're wondering why no one's buying it. There's no point in doing all that work. If you're going to do all of this to create the book, then it is your duty as a creator to get the book out there into the world and let people know about the book. So the Bestseller Blueprint Planner is going to give you 15 ways in which you can be able to do that. You don't have to do all 15. You can only pick on maybe two or three or four, whatever. You can do some for a certain season and then maybe drop it and pick up something else later. Whatever it is, you've got to have a plan. And that's what the bestseller blueprint is designed to help you do. So if this speaks to you at all, the link in the description is available. You can go pick it up for $97. Again, if you see it for that price, as I raise the price, I'm going to change that number. And so even though I'm saying on the video $97, it may not be $97 when you look at it. It will guarantee it will go up. And again, some of these bonuses could go away. So I really encourage you at all, if you are going through the process of developing a book, go through the process of getting it out there. All righty. So with that said, thank you so much for watching the video in this series. Again, I'm going to have everything in this playlist as well. So you may be able to see all these videos here. I have 3 in there right now at the time I'm recording this, but all of that's going to be available for you there. The last thing I will say is, again, thank you for watching. And if you found value in what I shared today, please do me a favor and like the video and subscribe to my channel and share the video with anyone that you know that you see would find value in this, and let them know about it. Again, I am ready to help, available to help, and I want to help you get your idea out of your head and not only into your hands. When I first created my program, that was my tagline, was out of your head and into your hands. Now I want to get it out of your head and into your customers' hands. So the way to do that is to become much more proactive about your marketing and promotion. And that's why I designed the bestseller blueprint. So thank you so much for watching, and I appreciate your time, and I will see you on the next video.